Thank you very, very much, and thank you everybody and the event organizer for giving the chance. Actually, I'm speechless after the last presentation, so I don't know how much I can cover, but on the serious note, the idea is today from IBM is to share some of the work that we're doing in area of IT growth or in the area of government solutions. So let's quickly do that. Let's do how much we can do it. Okay, so I think I was also impressed with Alokji's presentation today, and I think that's very heartening to see the projects going in with that clarity and that direction. And I think with that, we can play a big role in those kind of projects and solutions. So with this starting diagram, I want to highlight the kind of a focus which is going around in areas of governance, in area like infrastructure, human resources, and some kind of planning and management. So all over across governments are actually looking these pillars as important means of transformation, be it urban planning, be it environment, be it the basic infrastructure like energy utilities, public safety and other kind of stuff. And I think we are proudly, you can say it so that we are very much enriched in all of those kind of a solution. So IBM has been working very closely with a lot of governments in helping in those areas. Either if you see some kind of solutions in each of those pillars, human, infrastructure, planning and management, we've been providing a lot of technology and consulting support to governments to do so. And we'll probably touch upon some of these solutions very quickly in coming slides. Now, starting with the first in the government agency administration, I think a lot of reforms are going around and we have seen that. I'm starting with a very simple thing, and I think I have noted a lot of points from Alokji's session when he talked about a lot of content in IGRS, archival, information need to be available, a lot of legal compliance issues also. So I think first thing starts with the digitization part of it. So if you have a lot of content which may be structured or unstructured kind of a format, it has to be made available in an electronic or digitized format. And organizations across in governments are actually trying to digitize the content and apply that content for business process automation. And throughout, be it a citizen services kind of a project, be it back office automation, passport, everywhere there's a clear need of enterprise-wide process automation, which is content-driven. So IBM is offering solution in approach like case management. See, like we as a private citizen reach out to any enterprise or any organization. So the way we expect those services, I think governments are also being expected to deliver those services. So there is a need for a case worker kind of approach when any kind of a department back office automation is required. So that's just a glimpse. We talk about IBM Case Manager as a solution which can do the enterprise automation, workflow approval. I will talk about these IT words just to give a perspective as a product capability. But at the end of it, from the business side of it, we are only talking about the process automation. What manually people do it, how can I improve that process? How do I improve the citizen experience using these technology? So let me move on. We have many examples in India where we have leveraged our tools like Departments of Post, one of the big automation going on. We're talking about the visa processing. We're talking about the factories and boilers. In fact, factories and boilers, if you see a lot of vendors come for application of licenses and all that. So there is a lot of back-end process involved. They have to apply, they have to take no objection certificate. So this entire process automation through the content need to be viewed as a case, okay, like a case folder, like a files in government moves. All the information about certain kind of services need to be looked upon. So Case Manager brings that approach. So I think Uttar Pradesh can also leverage this technology in many of the projects. Some of these I have listed. Moving on to the second part of the kind of a solution that governments are now adopting is the operations center or the command center. I think it is critically important to monitor cities with the approach like a CEO does it for the organization. So I need to see the pulse of my city. How is my city behaving? Is water, is electricity, is crime, and all of those are under control. So there is a need for an intelligent operations center where I can have a complete view how things are going around. And it's very handy, very useful, and people have adopted, governments have adopted in cases like disaster management, city surveillance, and other kind of approaches. So I'm just rushing through some of these screenshots. It could be a dashboard view of how city is performing, red, yellow, green, all of that indicators. I could also use it for how my revenue is being collected. As an example, municipal could be there, municipal taxes could be there, how the flow is coming, how my events are captured in the city. If I'm talking about, let's say, Lucknow, if I want to make it Lucknow the smartest city, then as a command center, I can view what kind of events are happening in my city. Maybe is there a blast happening, maybe there is some kind of a traffic jam happening, where it is happening, how it is happening, and how can I actually do the cross-agency collaboration. These are very, very important aspects when we talk about the operation part of it. So I'm giving very small time, so I'm just rushing through. We have seen across in our region, like Philippines, we are talking about hospital, we are talking about stadium. All of them require a certain kind of operation management system where we can help them. Okay, let me rush. So next is the transportation. I think that's the challenge everywhere. We're talking about how do I manage my traffic? How do I manage my transportation? I think we heard about metro and some of the other examples given. So that's an area where a lot can be done. How do I actually help smooth my traffic? Do I know where the traffic is going to be congested? That's I'm talking about the prediction kind of stuff. Okay, so how traffic is flowing in the city? Is there a jams across? So a lot of areas of improvement where we can use smarter solutions like these in terms of managing the transport. And across the world, Singapore, Sydney, in China, they have adopted it and they are seeing the benefit of it. Similarly, on the like transportation, water is also a big concern. It's a big scarcity, and I think world across, water being preserved, water being looked upon in terms of if there is leakages across. Do I need to do certain kind of a work order need to be fixed upon timely? So management of the water, distribution of the water, resources like various water resources, how do I actually get a control of it? I think operations can be managed very effectively on that. I got just 2 slides, I think it should be okay. If this lets me move further. Just some sabotage. Yeah, just go ahead. Okay, I think it's fine. So now I'm just 2 slides away. So we just touch upon very rushedly areas like citizen experience, government administration. We talk about transportation, water, intelligent operations center. Now in next 2 slides, I'm just going to shift a bit in areas like social delivery transformation. So QRM worldwide, globally, governments had adopted this. So QRM is a means by which citizen service can approach government in much, I think, nicer fashion. So just to take an example, I read through, I think e-scholarship is one of the initiatives I think UP state is going through. So if I, as a citizen or as a student, need to look at what kind of a scholarship I'm eligible for, I probably need a medium where I can enter my data, and system should throw me all the kind of a relevant scholarship which I'm eligible for automatically, rather than I'm going through 10 different departments to identify it. And then obviously the means to determine the eligibility and give the benefits. So whole gamut is actually being taken up by social delivery platform called QRM. Uttar Pradesh definitely have a lot of projects where you can use that. The last slide I'm talking about public safety. IBM is also doing quite a good amount of work in the public safety, disaster management, those kind of areas. With a portfolio like I2, which can help police, which can help investigation agencies, which can help defense in terms of investigating the cases, linking the information. So that's one of the major issue where they might have some information, but it's very difficult to link those. Join the dots, see visually how information can be linked, who is the person who's calling the shot. So a lot can be benefited with the technologies like that, and that's about the public safety part of it. I think this is the last slide. I guess I could make in time. Any questions, we can take it later on.